Hey, what's up, y'all? I got a little time. So I want to talk about something I wanted to talk about for a couple days now. And that is, for guys that don't know about the Hebrew Israelite movement, there's a guy out there named Pastor Charles Dow. And his community is called Straightway. He has several different branches of Straightway throughout the United States. Where he builds like properties and has land, and he really takes pride in the fact that he lives by the Old Testament, I believe, of keeping the Sabbath and all of this other stuff. So I subscribed to him about 4 years ago. It was crazy when I seen him. I was like, man, you look just like my dad, and I listened to him for a while. I was into what he was talking about in regards to homesteading and just a typical off the grid kind of way of living. And it was maybe a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, some things started to come up on my YouTube about people leaving his ministry and having issues with certain things in the ministry. And so I listened to a couple of these people, and a lot of them said some of the things that I said in my own mind, which is, first of all, this level of seriousness and keeping the Bible and what it's saying inside the Bible, especially in the Old Testament or New Testament, whenever the hell it was, you are an idiot. That lets me know that you have a militaristic mindset where you think that these things are going to bring about a better people. It's not. In this day and age, you got to be a damn fool to think that having multiple wives and doing the things that you do, Pastor Charles Dow, in regards to having all these wives and all these, so on and so forth, that lets me know that your mindset is very finite, and it's no disrespect in regards to, like, I wouldn't say learned a lot from you. I've just enjoyed listening to your very authentic, raw dialogue, and, but there have been some things over the years that made me as my own individual, man, say, nah, man, I ain't with that, man. That don't even make sense. So what you gonna be doing? Run around here telling your son that's mama 1, mama 2, mama 3, or you just say that's mom? Like what? How does that work? And that's what struck me, is something that I learned even before I started listening to Charles Dow, which is, man, since the damn near 70s, when you started promoting men were untrustworthy and you don't need a man, so on and so forth. This ushered in a generation, several generations to come, of people who are going to struggle with basic trust, skills of trust, I guess you could say, because of the music, because of everything going on. If I was God, I would not want man having multiple wives. Now, what I will agree with is having multiple girlfriends, women that you sleeping with. You go out on dates with them. They all know about each other. Hell, some of y'all go all on field trips and stuff. That I agree with. Because nobody likes it. Nobody likes one person all the time. So I'm very understanding of that type of promiscuous behavior. Let's say in the last 30 years, 40 years of that type of lifestyle being promoted, especially within the black community. So when Ringo TV pieced up all these clips of certain behaviors and certain testimonies from other people in the community, it rung bells, saying that, and for time's sake, saying that Pastor Charles Dow years ago, almost 20 years ago, was in contact with a witch doctor and started to get sort of this MK Ultra like practice on the masses and within your congregation of how to get them to think a certain way, behave a certain way, and what we would call, I guess, black magic. And I fast forward to today, and I'm like, man, all these people coming out. I mean, I know for a fact if I'm running this type of community, I can sniff out who's supposed to be here, who's not. There's too much going on in today spiritually to trust anybody on a level of having a community. Because even though I promise you, if I ran anything like that, there would be no complaints. Because first of all, they're not going to say, oh man, Pastor Charles, me, not Charles Dow, but Pastor, man, he let it be known, like, first of all, I wouldn't be no damn pastor. I wouldn't bring God into this. I would bring into it that it's a way of living, that this is our default program. Grow our own food, build our own houses, raise kids in an environment where they're not afraid of women. So much so that they may tell a woman, like, yeah, I talked to Bridget and I talked to, Melisha at the same time. Like, yeah, they know about each other, man. And when all the guys are out here like, man, that's crazy, man. And you like, what's crazy about it? I'm intelligent enough and wise enough to lead 2-3 women on a stream. And it's not in a disrespectful manner. What if they do it to you? Okay, so be it. If you want to go mess with, if you think that another man's conversation, if his sex and all this other stuff better than mine, that's why, there are billions of people on this planet. Keep trying what you want to try till you like what you like. But like I said, nobody likes one person all the time. So, having Pastor Doll exposed, I had to unsubscribe about 2 months ago. His stuff still comes up on my feed. But see, he goes in with these requirements that you be a big fish. He only gonna negotiate with a big fish. He only gonna debate with a big fish. Like, what about everybody else calling you out for performing witchcraft? What about that part? Can you address that? No. But that's gonna be it, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that stuff. Because it was crazy to me when I said, man, this dude messing with witchcraft? Are you serious? Wow.